is AFCRDTV, the season opener here at Hayden Road. Sadly, though, Diamonds lose by the harshest of scorelines. AFC Rushden Diamonds 0, Sporting Khalsa 1. Our man of the match is goalkeeper George Rose. George, frustrating day for Diamonds, though.
Yeah, no, very frustrating. Losing 1-0, first game of the season at home. It's not the greatest, but we build on Tuesday, and then we'll keep building, hopefully turn this into a
I thought the team
positive
really showed
result.
a lot of determination, hard grit out there, and played a full 90
No, 100%.
minutes.
I think on another day we would have scored maybe one or two. They've scored a penalty. Some people saying it's not, some people saying it is, but we had to do something else to try and get this back into the game.
We can't use the weather as an excuse, but the elements were a bit strange today. Maybe typical English weather. I mean, right at 3 p.m. at kickoff, it was almost apocalyptic. The heavens opened. What did you think of that?
It was crazy. I don't think I've played a game yet from pre-season and the start of the season where it hadn't been raining, and we're in the summer. But no, I think we dug in. We did well in the first 15 minutes, and then started to slip out a little bit. They got their penalty, scored, but I think in the second half we really pushed on, and I don't think they really had a chance. They had another penalty which was saved, and then we should have got a goal.
I noticed right as it started raining heavily near the end of the match, you were playing up almost near midfield. You were almost getting into the play of the game, maybe to score a goal, an equaliser.
Yeah, I wish. I think it was more just to get as many men forward as possible. We needed to push for a goal. We did, and it just didn't really happen. But I reckon we will get more goals.
Just
coming.
before halftime, though, Sanderson Ellis did score on the penalty kick. Just barely, though. There was a little controversy there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a strange one. It was an awful penalty. He's even said to me it wasn't the greatest of penalties, but I should do better. But I've done on the second one, made a save, so that's what matters.
So Diamonds, though trailing only 1-0 at halftime, I'll give you now my usual question, the mood of the team at halftime.
It was very quiet. I think many of us were frustrated to be 1-0 down. We came out with a game plan to try and push. I think we did that very well, but we have to score goals, and that's the reason we haven't picked up any points today.
And just tell us again about how you blocked the second penalty attempt by Sanderson Ellis there on the hour mark. It was a great save there.
Yeah, it was after his first one. It was just about waiting, seeing where he was going to put it. I stayed and stayed. I think 5 or 6 of the lads were pointing which way they thought he was going to go, so I just went with a little gut instinct and thought he'd go the other way, and luckily saved it.
Well, there's always the next game. We go away to Spalding on Tuesday evening, another big test.
Yes, 100%.
Well, you're now our new favourite member of the Goalkeepers Union, so well done for Man of the Match.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, Matt, a 1-0 defeat on the opening day. Nothing is won and lost on the first game, but what are your overall thoughts after that?
Yeah, we did really well at times. The first 15 minutes I thought we were really, really good. Unlucky not to take the lead early on, and I think being a young team, that would have put us in good stead, maybe go on that wave of emotion into the rest of the game.
You picked the same 11 that you went with against Luton. Was that a fairly straightforward decision?
No, far from it. We'd been back and forth. You know, look, there was a few left out today, couple coming back from injury, and we just know, look, we've got a game Tuesday, a really, really tough game Tuesday. So, you know, lads can count themselves unlucky. Nothing was decided from the Luton game. There were so many more factors as well. So, no, it's been a tough few days trying to pick the 16, let alone the 11.
We made a bright start to the game, as you say, a couple of chances, most notably with Will over by the Bertrand, and big chance that he arguably could have scored on another day, he should have scored. Yep. Do you feel like we should have taken a chance in those opening 20 minutes and that would have changed the game? Yeah. I mean, again, being a young team, you know, you're gonna play on emotion, and it's funny because I asked them at half-time not to, you know, let their emotions override the way they're going to play. You know, be clearer thinking in your play. But naturally, that's going to happen. It happens in football anyway. You know, it's just the way sport is. But the longer we went on, you know, their older heads and more experienced at this level, they grew into the game, especially towards the half. I think there was a succession of corners where we were hanging on a little bit, but unbelievable from the boys to see those corners out and things like that. So, you know, a lot to learn. We've obviously conceded that goal right on the stroke of half time. Do you feel like that gave Sporting Khalsa the owners just to sit and try and lock down on that lead?
I think they got more confident in what they wanted to do. So it just made them it allowed them to go in at half time and reinforce, look, this is how we're going to play second half, because we know that's what we can do and it's what we're good at. again, the last half an hour, especially George's penalty save, we said, look, can that kick us on now? And can these fine margins go for us? And they didn't quite in the end.
And that game management as well, we saw them have a huddle after their goal. They had a huddle right before the start of the second half. Then the way they, of course, away at the seconds in that second period. Is that something you want to see more of from your young side as the season goes on?
I think we're a pretty tight group. I don't think necessarily we need to get round each other too much. And look, I mean, game management is a bit of an art form at times, and we've got to find ways of doing that. So I thought when the game was free-flowing, we were the better team, especially that first 20 minutes. It then became very broken up and a bit bitty, and that suited them perhaps a little bit more. So
it's a trip to Sporting this coming Tuesday. Games don't really get much tougher than that. But is it one of those occasions where we can go there and really enjoy ourselves, knowing that they're one of the favourites for the league, and they're going to be playing in front of a very expectant home crowd?
Yeah, 100%. We feel there's so many attributes in this squad. We can approach games in many different ways. Today we wanted to take the onus early on, which we did, and we're unlucky again not to take the lead. But we're getting, when we go to Spalding, it'll be a real tough challenge. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Thanks for your time, Matt.
You're more welcome.
I don't need love.